Hello, my name's Steve Peacocke and I want to talk to you today about the roles that are available in Agile and how they differ, because there's a lot of different thoughts around different roles and there's a lot of misunderstanding that happens. There's a number of roles that we take a look at. There's the team itself, then you've got your Scrum Master, your Product Owner. You can go to a Chief Product Owner and an Enterprise Product Owner. You've got a Product Manager. You've got a project manager and a business analyst, and it's the definition of that, how they differ, what is different from that, and I'd like to show you today. We start out with the base thing, which is the team. The team itself is where all things happen. So you've got a team in here. Outside the team, there are two specific roles here. Two specific roles. The first one is what you call a product owner. And the second one is what's called a Scrum Master. Now, let's talk about Scrum Master for a start off. The Scrum Master is a role that is used for in the team to assist the team. That role looks inwards to the team. They do have an outwards look as well, but their main purpose is looking inwards to the team to ensure that the team is protected, the team can deliver, the team can continue delivering at that pace for the entire year and beyond. So they're there, they ensure that all the meetings are held, ensure that the team progresses. I like to call that role the team coach. Others call it the iteration manager, or whatever it happens to be, even the team lead. But I like to call it a team coach. It's a servant leadership role. However, Scrum Master is the generally accepted term nowadays. So it's understood for that part. We've got a product owner on the other side. Now the difference here is that the product owner is not inwards looking, they're outwards looking. So they look out to all of the stakeholders, including the team. The team is a stakeholder as well. Now the product owner is involved in making sure that the team is set up with all the things they have to do next. They're involved with the vision of the product or service they're creating. They're involved in the backlog that's getting geared up, ready for the team to take over. What is priority? What sort of order that backlog has to be in? All that sort of stuff. Now, so there's a difference. This one's looking inwards to protect the team and ensure that it can deliver. This one's looking outwards to all of the stakeholders, whether they're customers or whether they're other people within the organization. That's there. You've got other things here as well, especially if you've got several teams here. You might have product owners for each of those teams. It's a full-time job. There's a lot to do with a product owner. So you have something, you get these product owners to get together, say once a week or so, or more often, and they have somebody called a chief product owner to look after that role. Now that may be the senior product owner, or it may be somebody different, but the idea is that there's one person who makes a decision on what part of the backlogs go to which teams, what is the priorities over two conflicting teams here, and what they want to build, all that sort of thing, that the decisions that need to be made at that level in a multi-team environment. And then you get something called an enterprise product owner. And now an enterprise product owner is a different beastie again. That is an executive level position, and it takes a look at all of the projects and all of the development and builds that are going on in the whole organization. They'll only come into it when you get a larger organization. There will generally only be one of those in the entire organization, no matter how big it is. They may have a team around them, but there's generally only one person. And it takes a look at, hey, we're doing 150 projects, and we've got so much, only so much money to go around them. Which projects should we be doing? What should we not be doing? And they will feed down to these product owners which projects they are concentrating on or should be concentrating on, and trying to work out from there what to do. So that's where that one comes into it. They don't decide on a particular project or a particular product or a particular service what is the highest priority or what needs to be done or what is, and more importantly, the best value to be gained. They're looking at what is the best value to be gained out of the whole organisation. As I say, that's an executive level, 50,000 feet sort of hovering type relationship there. So there is a difference. They do something very different than normal product owners. Then we get something like a product manager. Now, a prod manager is different again. A product manager is not a product owner. Very different skills, very different work every day, very different things. They can't be the same person. They're very different. A product manager, I don't like the word product owner here, for example, with a team. I've never liked that word because it implies there is only a single product. It implies that that person owns the product. And generally teams nowadays are working on lots and lots of different projects and products and services. So there's lots of things that are going through a team in any one day. They're looking at several different areas. So the product owner statement here is a bit of a misnomer. It's more the product manager who owns it, and they're generally looking after only one product, although that's not necessarily true either, maybe looking after several. But think of it this way. They may be, for example, working for a bank, and a product manager might be assigned to look after something like Visa cards or MasterCard or something relating to that bank. So they will have their ideas of what they want and how they want it to be marketed and how it would increase the income of the bank and all the other bits and pieces. They're interested in that. The difference being is that the product owner thinks of this person not only as a stakeholder, but in reality is probably more like a customer to that product owner. So they're looking at what the product manager needs, and they're looking at several different product managers and what their needs are. And they've got to compare the order of production relating to around all these different conflicting things. So that's within that product owner, whereas the product manager is looking after generally a single product or very few products. Then you get a project manager. Now, a project manager is different again. They're looking at understanding and ensuring a project is delivered in the correct way that is wanted by the organisation. By the project office, he gets direction from the project office, he or she. That role relates specifically to ensuring things like finance is available, making sure that the team is able to be helped out at all. The Scrum Master will use that person quite a bit to ensure that, or ask for assistance in unblocking, hold-ups for the team. But that person generally doesn't have any financial ability. This person does. So that's where things worked in. They look after the contract that is available. And yes, Agile says the contracts come second to interacting with the customer, but it's still there. They still need a contract of some sort. They're looking after all that sort of side of things. So they're doing all the things in the background to ensure that the team can chug away and produce it at its best. This person's making sure that what it's producing is the correct things for now. What is the most important thing to do? This person is taking a look and making sure that the different priorities of all these product owners can be worked out. For example, this person might need the team to work on something, but is waiting on this team to finish it. So there's different areas there, so that works in well. The product manager is looking at the marketing side of a future or current project or product or service and saying, what do they actually want it to look like? And the EPO is saying, no, you can't work on that. I don't care how good it is, how much the customers love it. It's not what we produce as an organisation we should be looking at. Our funds would be better going towards these projects and completely funding these projects, even if this project falls off the bottom. So that's where that works in. Business analyst. The business analyst is an amazing person there. They've got tremendous skills about getting the detail of what is needed to be built. Talking to all the correct person, they do a lot of that sort of stuff. Now they can operate pretty much on any level. And it depends on the organisation you're with where that business analyst is best fit. Sometimes they're part of the team. Sometimes they're part of the product ownership, teamwork. Sometimes they're part of business. So it depends on where it is. They can pretty much go anywhere. The biggest thing is that there is no career path in this. There's no defined, just like before, there was a theory that if you were a business analyst, you became a senior business analyst and then you became a project manager. They are different. All of these skill sets are different. It's like asking a truck driver and saying, oh, but you know, if you drive trucks for a long time, you then become an accountant. Well, truck drivers, yes, they do. They sit down on their Friday evenings or whenever, and the paper's all over the table, and they do their taxes, and they work out when they can buy this new widget for their truck or trade in their truck for a new one, all these sort of things, and work out profit or loss, everything else. They do a lot of that, but they're not accountants. To become an accountant, they would have to go away and do a lot of training and a lot of studying and all the rest of it to become an accountant. It's a change of role. And the same here with a business analyst. The career path for a business analyst will go from a junior business analyst to a business analyst and then to a senior business analyst. And within that, you've got things like the process analyst, you've got enterprise business analyst and all those other bits and pieces that can be worked through. But again, that's just areas of expertise. There's not a general path between a product owner and a product manager. The same way as a scrum master. They don't swap, they're very different. They don't swap over. You've got a enterprise product owner, that's an executive role. There's no necessarily career path towards it. Although because the skills that these people have in prioritization is used up here, but there's also a large financial knowledge and skill that goes into that as well. So there's a lot there. There's no progression specifically. Your progression, as far as your career is concerned, depends on you. If you're a business analyst, for example, working with a team, and you want to become a product owner, that's a different skill set. Yes, it can use a lot of the skill sets you have, but you would have to go away and learn all about being a product owner and perhaps get onto the team there or advise them and work through and relate your career towards that. Just like if you're say a software developer in a team and you want to become a scrum master, you have to go away and learn all about coaching and all about being a scrum master and all that sort of thing. You don't automatically, after so many years of being a developer, you're now ready to be a scrum master. It may not be. Your idea as a developer is to become a senior developer. And believe me, just like within senior business analyst or product owners, the pay for that scale is quite high already. So you don't want to actually change careers halfway through and be something else that you may not actually be very good at. So that's the idea there. There are a lot of people that were very, very confused on the different roles. I hope this has helped, and I'd love to catch up with you. See you, join with me on LinkedIn. Look me up.